This 160-acre estate in Aspen is the home of Academy Award winner Kevin Costner and his wife Christine, who got married here in 2004.
And here you have a jacuzzi, you have a waterfall.
There is no denying that Yellowstone was one of the most talked about shows of all time, and at the heart of it was the iconic Dutton Ranch, the sprawling piece of land that played as much of a role in the series as its characters. The ranch wasn't just a setting, it was a symbol, a legacy, and a battleground. It had such an impact on Kevin Costner that he went and got himself a ranch of his own. But how does his real-life ranch stack up against the legendary Dutton Ranch? Let's find out. Is the Dutton Ranch a real place? Well, we all know that the Dutton Ranch from Yellowstone, that breathtaking stretch of land with rolling hills, towering pines, and a grand lodge at its center. But is it real? Well, absolutely. The actual ranch is called Chief Joseph Ranch, situated in the heart of Montana. And if you're wondering who Chief Joseph was, he was the revered leader and orator of the Nez Perce tribe. Back in 1877, during the Nez Perce War, he led his people across this very land while making their escape. Today, the ranch still functions as a working cattle ranch, but that's not all. The Chief Joseph Ranch also doubles as a dream vacation spot for Yellowstone superfans. It has 2 cabins available for rent, giving visitors an immersive experience of the Dutton lifestyle. The Ben Cook cabin, which housed Rip in Season 1 and Casey in Season 2, and the Fisherman cabin, which belonged to Lee Dutton. If you're thinking of booking a stay, be ready to pay a hefty price. The Fisherman cabin costs around $1,200 per night for 4 guests, while the Ben Cook cabin goes for about $1,500 per night. But hey, living like a Dutton doesn't come cheap. If you ever wanted to immerse yourself in the Yellowstone experience, this is as close as it gets. How big is the Dutton Ranch? Well, let's talk size. So, just how big is the Dutton Ranch in the show? Well, Yellowstone never gives an exact number, but there are some clues. One big hint came when Chief Thomas Rainwater told John Dutton that his ranch was the size of Rhode Island. Now that sounds dramatic, considering Rhode Island is about 776,900 acres. Another clue appeared in Season 1 when Jamie Dutton mentioned that the ranch had grown by at least 200,000 acres since he became an attorney. So while the exact size is left up in the air, we can safely assume that it is massive. But here's the reality check. The actual Chief Joseph Ranch is just 2,500 acres. Still impressive, but nowhere near the scale that the show suggests. What would the Dutton Ranch be worth? If Yellowstone revolves around one thing, it's John Dutton fighting to keep his land from outsiders. But just how much would that land be worth? Well, since we don't have an exact size for the ranch, we can only estimate. If we go by the suggestion that the Dutton Ranch is around 500,000 acres, it would be worth a staggering amount. For comparison, the Wagoner Ranch in Texas, one of the largest ranches in the U.S., spans about 530,000 acres and was valued at around $730 million when it was sold. If the Dutton's ranch is anywhere near that size, it would easily be worth hundreds of millions, making them one of the wealthiest land-owning families in the country. How does Kevin Costner's ranch compare? So let's get to Kevin Costner's personal ranch. It's called the Dunbar Ranch, and while it's not nearly as vast as the Dutton Ranch, it is still nothing short of spectacular. Located in a secluded mountain region, Costner's ranch spans 160 acres, which might seem small compared to the fictional Dutton estate, but it more than makes up for it with its luxury. The main house is a 12-bedroom mansion with rustic yet elegant interiors that perfectly capture the warmth of a classic mountain retreat. There is also a second smaller home situated right next to a river, offering a peaceful escape. But the real magic of Costner's ranch is in its unique amenities. Imagine waking up and stepping out onto your own private ice rink in the winter, or heading over to a tubing track for some outdoor fun. And if that's not enough, the property even has a dedicated dog sledding course. That's right, dog sledding, on his own land. Now, while the Dunbar Ranch may not have the sheer size of the Dutton Ranch, it offers something even rare: exclusivity, privacy, and an undeniable touch of luxury. But beyond the fact that Kevin Costner's Dunbar Ranch is a luxurious retreat unlike any other, most visitors who have visited this ranch are shocked to discover that this place has secrets. Have you ever find yourself lucky enough to step inside the master suite of Costner's ranch? You might notice something unusual. While the suite itself is already a marvel, boasting 6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, there is a little detail that takes it to another level. A hidden doorway. Yes, hidden behind the elegant rustic decor is a secret door leading to a stone staircase. And where does this mysterious passageway lead? To a private jacuzzi tucked away beneath the estate. And if that wasn't enough to make you want to pack your bags and head to Dunbar Ranch immediately, wait until you hear about the view. The jacuzzi offers a breathtaking scene through a waterfall. Just imagine soaking in warm, bubbling water completely secluded, with the sound of cascading water surrounding you. That is next level luxury. Here's the wild part. Kevin Costner doesn't actually live at his ranch full time. While he owns this incredible slice of paradise, he spends most of his time in California and only visits Montana for Yellowstone filming. That means that the ranch is often empty, which is great news for fans because you can actually rent it out. But that's going to cost a bunch, although you should already be expecting that. Staying a night at Dunbar Ranch will set you back $36,000. That's right, this isn't your typical Airbnb getaway. But for that price, you're getting a celebrity-level experience complete with breathtaking landscapes, ice skating, horseback riding, swimming, fishing, hiking, and even archery lessons. And if that wasn't enough, the property also has a baseball field with an automated pitching machine. So if you've ever wanted to feel like you're living inside a sports movie while vacationing at a Hollywood legend's private estate, this is your chance. Yellowstone updates. While we're on the topic of Yellowstone, there's been some buzz about what's next for the hit series. It's no news anymore that Kevin Costner exited Yellowstone, but because he is the subject of our video today and it is in relation to Yellowstone, it would be nice to revisit the exit saga. Costner announced his exit from the world's biggest TV show just as it was gearing up for the second half of its 5th and final season that was to premiere in November 2024. And sadly, fans couldn't get themselves to bid farewell not only to the show, but to Kevin Costner's iconic character, John Dutton. Costner's departure from the hit series, which has held audiences spellbound since 2018, marked the end of an era for the sprawling Montana-set drama that follows the powerful Dutton family and their struggles to protect the largest ranch in the state. His exit has left an indelible impact on both the cast and the storyline, as he had been an essential part of the show's massive success, drawing over 17 million viewers. Costner's departure wasn't just a creative decision, as we were initially meant to believe, but the result of behind-the-scenes conflicts and scheduling issues that became increasingly public. In May of 2023, reports surfaced that Costner would not return after Season 5, starting off the rumors of a rift with the show's creator, Taylor Sheridan, and leading the speculation that the series itself would end because of his exit. Sheridan, for his part, addressed the departure in an interview explaining, "My last conversation with Kevin was that he had this passion project he wanted to direct," referring to Costner's long-planned film, Horizon. According to Sheridan, it seemed that Costner was prioritizing this project over Yellowstone. Costner, however, offered his own perspective much later, pushing back on the idea that he was walking away from Yellowstone to focus on Horizon. In a May 2024 interview, he told Deadline, "Yellowstone had first position in my list of priorities. I didn't do Horizon because I was tired of doing Yellowstone. That's a bullshit story. I didn't do Horizon to compete with Yellowstone. This project is something I've had a long time." He further explained that Horizon was originally planned to fit around the shooting schedule for Yellowstone, but he claimed the production kept moving the schedule in ways that did not align. "I was straight up with Taylor Sheridan and said what we would do, and I believed him," Costner said, "and we didn't get there." Costner admitted that while he cherished his role on the series, he had to come to terms with the reality that he wouldn't be able to continue. "Thinking about Yellowstone, that beloved series that I love, that I know you love, I just realized that I'm not going to be able to continue Season 5 or into the future," he shared. "I loved it, and I know you loved it. I just wanted to let you know that I won't be returning." Well, that hit us all fans of the series pretty hard, but as we all know, eras come to an end. And maybe, just maybe, that was destined to be. But surprisingly, the series didn't come crumbling down like we thought it would. And be that as it may, we cannot forget or overwrite Costner as being one of the core reasons why the Yellowstone series got to where it is today.